The man jumped up from the bed in a panic. It seemed he had heard some terrifying noise. He quickly opened the window, but the man didn't rush to look outside. Instead, he took a mirror out of the cupboard. It was this kind of vigilance that allowed him to survive in the apocalypse. The man saw a mother and daughter standing in the yard. Noticing they had no weapons, the man opened the door and walked out. He nervously looked around. After confirming there was no danger, he was about to ask the mother and daughter their intentions. However, before the man could speak, the old woman instructed her daughter to take something out of her bag. When opened, it turned out to be some valuable jewelry. It turned out the mother and daughter wanted to exchange it for food, but the man refused them without hesitation, because in this era, jewelry had no value anymore. At this point, the old woman took out a packet of seeds. She hoped to use the man's land to plant them. The food that grew could be shared by everyone. Although the man was a bit moved, he ultimately refused them. Seeing how cautious the man was, the old woman suddenly turned to look at her daughter.
Perhaps we could stay the night.
The man wavered. This temptation was simply too hard for him to resist. The man then let them into the house. For safety's sake, he carefully searched their bodies. After confirming there was no issue, he made them a meal. After eating, the old woman voluntarily went outside. The next day, the mother and daughter were supposed to leave, but then the old woman brought up another condition. She wanted to stay and help the man manage the farm. She offered to be his free labor. This would be beneficial for both sides. However, after hearing this, the man once again picked up the toy gun. He didn't know the mother and daughter in front of him, and they might bring unknown risks. After hearing this, the old woman didn't say much. She stood up ready to leave, but just as they were leaving, the girl suddenly turned around. She was holding a knife in her hand. The man didn't know what her intentions were, but for safety's sake, he immediately raised the toy gun. What the man didn't expect was that the girl used the knife to shave off his beard. Perhaps he was moved by their sincerity. The man eventually gave up his principles. He decided to let the mother and daughter stay. He thought they could live off these crops. But unexpectedly, the mother and daughter were full of schemes. Although the old woman appeared to be very busy on the surface, she was secretly observing the man. And while the man was talking with the daughter, she quietly searched through the house. She discovered that the bullets for the toy gun were always hidden in the man's pocket. So the old woman told her daughter to find a chance to quietly steal the bullets. Only in this way could they truly claim this fertile land. The man's only act of kindness was ultimately repaid with such betrayal.